Hello and welcome to Dental Studies Simplified. I am Dr. Ankita Kotecha and today's topic is Stains Index. In this video we will discuss two index, that is the original index, the conventional index given by Ralph Lobeen in the year 1968 and its modification given by McPherson et al. In the year 2000. So first we will discuss the conventional stain index, that is given by Lobeen in the year 1968 and hence also called as Lobeen's stain index. In this index, 8 incisors, that is 4 incisors each in the maxillary arch and mandibular arch are considered. Under 8 incisors, labial surface of each incisor, that is total 8 surface. These are the index teeth and the considered surfaces, that is total 8 surfaces. Now these surfaces are divided into two regions. Gingival region and body region. This gingival region is 3 mm wide crescent shaped band, thick band around the gingival margin, and the end point is decided by the crest of the papilla. This is the gingival region, 3 mm wide, and the remaining of the labial surface is called body. These are the two regions, body region and gingival region. Now the scoring criteria are for intensity and for the area of distribution or extent. There are two scoring criteria, each for the intensity and for the area of distribution or extent. Clear? So there will be two scoring criteria and they both are different values denoting different parameters. First we will discuss intensity. So for intensity, no stain, light stain, moderate stain and heavy or severe stain. Simple. It's just the intensity, the deep. How deep is the stain? The depth of the color. Okay, the color of the stain. That is what is meant by intensity. How dark or deep colored are the stains. And the area or the extent of distribution are again no stain up to 1/3 of the region, up to 2/3 of the region and more than 2/3 of the region. This is the simple scoring criteria by Lobeen given in the year 1968. One for the intensity of the stain and the second scoring criteria for the area of distribution or the extent. Now coming to the computation. How are the values calculated and finally conclusion. Clear? So here we get 3 parameters. One is the sum of all the scores of the intensity. Second is sum of all the scores of the area. So total 2 regions in each surface and 8 such surface. So 8 into 2 region, total 16 surface. So sum of the 16 values for intensity according to this criteria and for the area of distribution according to this criteria. And the final product is here. Please listen, this is an important entity. This is also referred to as stain score. This is the main value considered. Stain score, the product of intensity and area for individual surface, not the sum or the mean or the standard deviation. Please, first individual surface, individual region, intensity score and area score, and they are multiplied and hence we get a score IA. Such, let's say IA1 and here IA2. So similar we will get IA1 up to IA16. This is intensity into area. The product of both is the value, let us call as IA, and that is called as stain score. So these are the 3 different values which we will get at the end of the computation of this index. And these 3 index denotes 3 different entities. I stands for the sum of the scores of the intensity values. A stands for the sum of all the scores for the area values, and the final, that is stain score, is the product of intensity and area for the corresponding region on the corresponding surface. Such values of the product of intensity into area are then computed. Clear? And the total score is called stain score for that individual. Such individual stain score for that region on that surface, altogether 16 surfaces are then finally summed up to get the final stain score for that individual. This is Lobin's stain index given by Lobin in the year 1968. A quick summary: 8 incisors, 1 surface on each tooth. So labial surface, that is so total 8 surfaces, and those surfaces are divided into 2 regions, body region and gingival region, and both the regions are separately evaluated for intensity and for area of distribution or extent. For intensity 0 to 3, that is no stains, light stains, moderate stains and heavy or severe stains. And for the area of distribution, no stains up to 1/3 of the region, up to 2/3 of the region and more than 2/3 of the region. And final computation will give us 3 scores, 3 values, that is sum of the intensity scores, sum of the area scores and the product value of intensity and area for the individual region on the individual surface and its final summation. So this is Lobin's stain index. Now we will discuss its modification given by McPherson et al. In the year 2000. The same index, Lobin's stain index, was modified by McPherson et al. So we will discuss the modified index and simultaneously I will highlight the differences between both the index. Clear? So the first point is same, that is 8 incisors are the index teeth, but the difference begins here. 2 surfaces on each tooth, that is labial and palatal on the maxillary teeth or lingual on the mandibular teeth. So 2 surfaces on each tooth, and that is labial and palatal or lingual. So total we get 2 surfaces on each tooth and 8 teeth. So instead of 8 surfaces, now we have 16 surfaces. Clear? This is the first difference. This is the first modification. Now coming to the distribution of those surfaces. So as per conventional index, there were 2 regions, body region and gingival region. Now we have 4 regions. Gingival region similar to the conventional index, that is the area or the extent of this band is up to the crest of the interdental papilla, and the remainder are mesial aspect and the distal aspect. And after delineating all the 3 regions, that is mesial, distal and gingival, the remainder of the surface of the tooth is body region. So instead of 2, now there are 4 regions. And the next modification, this band which was 3 mm wide is here 2 mm wide. 2 mm wide crescent shaped thick band around the gingival margin. Everything is similar. The thickness has been modified. There in the conventional, in the original index, it was 3 mm wide. Here it is 2 mm wide. Please note, I am simultaneously highlighting the differences. Clear? Now coming to its scoring criteria. The scoring criteria, the method is same, that is for intensity and for the area of distribution or extent. But the modification is their scoring criteria. The scoring criteria has been modified. For intensity, no stain, only tooth color, faint stain, then clearly visible stain, that is orange to brown, but it should be clearly visible or identified as stain. No confusion while examining that local factor. Clear? And the final is clearly visible stain. Here it is orange to brown and here it is dark stains, that is deep brown to black. Clear? I hope now the criteria intensity is clear to you all. It is about the depth of the color of the stain. Clear? From no stain to faint stain to clearly visible stain, and frankly it is stain but the color has changed from orange to brown to deep brown to black. This is the scoring criteria for intensity. Now let me remind you, the scoring criteria for intensity in the conventional index was 0 for no stain, 1 for light stain, 2 for moderate stain and 3 for heavy stain. See, the scoring criteria for intensity is modified. Clear? Now coming to the scoring criteria for extent. Here comes another difference. That is, in conventional index we scored all the surfaces, all the regions for both intensity and the extent irrespective of their scores. But here the criteria is, if the intensity score is 2 or 3, only then they are scored for their extent. That is, to be able to be qualified for scoring criteria for extent or the area of distribution, that region or that surface must have an intensity score of 2 or 3. Only then those regions, those surfaces which have scoring criteria of 2 or 3, only they will be scored for extent. Rest all will be excluded. They will not be scored for the same. Clear? So now discussing the scoring criteria for extent. There are different scoring criteria for different region and different surfaces. So please be attentive. So first I will discuss the scoring criteria for these bands. That is the mesial band, the distal band and the gingival band. Okay. So the scoring criteria for these proximal and the gingival region are: thin line, can be continuous, thick band and complete coverage of the area. Clear? This is the scoring criteria. Let me show it to you. The extent of each band. This is, let's say, thin line which can be continuous. This is thick band and this is complete coverage. So this is the scoring criteria for all the three regions: mesial, distal and gingival. Clear? Now we will discuss the scoring criteria for body region. The body region can be scored as per the scoring criteria, which is different for labial surfaces and palatal or lingual surfaces, owing to the morphological differences. Now again, the difference is because the scoring criteria are firstly modified because to make a clear demarcation between individual scores. As in case with conventional index, we had for intensity 0 no stain, 1 light stain, 2 moderate stain and 3 heavy stain. But here we had different scoring criteria to make the demarcation between individual scores more clear. Those were quite subjective and these are now more demarcated ones. Clear? And with the scoring criteria for the area or the extent is because there we had only one surface to be considered and here we have two surfaces and they are morphologically different. Their appearances, their anatomy is different and that is why different scoring criteria. So for labial we have stains within pit and fissures. 2 is outside pit and fissures up to 10% of area affected, and 3 is outside pit and fissures more than 10% of area affected. For the palatal or lingual surfaces we have up to 1/3 of the region affected, between 1/3 to 2/3 region affected and more than 2/3 of the region affected stands for score 3. So these are the scoring criteria for body region on the labial aspect and on the palatal or lingual aspect. So these are the different scoring criteria. We had total 4 scoring criteria in this index. 1 for the intensity, that is 0 is no stain, only tooth color, 1 is faint stain, 2 is clearly visible stain which is orange to brown, and 3 is dark stains, that is dark brown to black. Clear? And under scoring criteria for the extent or area of distribution, we had first scoring criteria for these regions, that is mesial, distal and the gingival band, 1 for thin line, 2 for thick band and 3 for complete coverage, and on the labial and palatal aspects as discussed. So this completes the scoring criteria. So now we will discuss the computation. The computation is similar to that with conventional index, that is intensity scores, sum of all the intensity scores, area scores, sum of all the area scores, then the product of both. For here we have 4 regions, so GBMD, and the product of intensity area as per the conventional index where we had 2 regions, gingival and body. Clear? Now this is the difference here. This entity, product of intensity and area for all the 4 regions, is the difference between both the index. This is the modification owing to the modification in the number of regions demarcated on a surface. Another modification is, in conventional index we had 16 regions, that is 8 surfaces, 8 teeth, 8 surfaces, and each surface had 2 regions, so total 16 regions. But here we have 8 surfaces labial, 8 surfaces palatal, so total 16 surfaces and 4 regions each. The first difference is the number of surfaces, because 4 regions into 8 surfaces labial and palatal or lingual. So 4 8s are 32 labial surfaces and 32 palatal or lingual. Please note, the scores on the labial and palatals are not computed together. They are not summed up. They are evaluated separately, and that is why their scoring criteria is different. The scores or the intensity and area of distribution on the palatal or lingual aspect has nothing to do with the labial aspects and vice versa. Both the scores on the labial surfaces and on the palatal or lingual surfaces are scored, evaluated separately. They are interpreted separately, and that is why they have different scoring criteria for the both of them. So we have 32 labial surfaces and 32 palatal or lingual surfaces, and hence these scores will be individually achieved for this set of score for labial surfaces and for palatal or lingual surfaces. So these are the values we obtain at the end of recording the dental stains by this index, that is stains index. Clear? The intensity score, that is sum of all the scores of intensity on all the regions on all the surfaces, that is total 32 surfaces labial and 32 surfaces palatal. So let us denote them as IL labial and IL palatal or LI for lingual. Something like that, just to get a demarcation of which score stands for which surface. Clear? Similarly, we have area scores, that is sum of the area of distribution of all the regions on all the surfaces labial and all the surfaces palatal or lingual. And then we have product score, which are the final values. Stain score. Stain score GBMD for this modified index per se, and the conventional stain score, that is product of intensity and area. Let me remind you once again, as already discussed, this product is done before summation. That is, let's say this region is scored for intensity and scored for area, and they are multiplied. Such product values are then summed up to get a total stain score. This is individual stain score for this region on this tooth. Such 4 scores on each surface and such 8 surfaces are then summed up to get a final stain score. Clear? So now you should ask me, what is the interpretation of these scores? Let me tell you, if we are asked to describe the stains present in a particular case, how do we write them? We start by describing the color and then the distribution. Similar is the pattern of the values achieved or obtained at the end of recording this index. That is the intensity, which denotes the depth of the color, that is orange to brown or dark brown to black, and the area of distribution. Clear? And this product score, that is called as stain score, will give us a value which will be interpreted as higher the value, we assume it to be deep in the color and more area of distribution covered by them, and lower the value, light color stains and less area of distribution covered. Clear? This is the simple interpretation of the stain index, both conventional and its modification. So, this completes the topic, both the index, actually one index, and its modification, that is conventional or original stain index given by Lobin in the year 1968 and its modification by McPherson et al. In the year 2000. I hope both the criteria, both the index are clear to you all, but if you still have any doubts or any queries, feel free to ask me in the comment section below or mail it at my email ID dentalstudiessimplified@gmail.com. Thank you for watching and listening to me. Study well, have a good day, stay safe.